We're breaking down 5 top trade targets for Los Angeles Lakers after their season ended by the Denver Nuggets. I am your host, Allie Barefoot, here on the Lakers Report for this video, and there are several trade targets that the Lakers could acquire to complement LeBron James in possibly what could be his last couple of years here with the Lakers, but he does still have to address his player option. But before we get into any of those trade targets, I just want to ask you guys a really simple question. How long have you been a Lakers fan? Way before LeBron James joined. Was it way back when Kobe and Shaq were dominating? Go ahead and drop your comment down below. How long have you been enjoying the Los Angeles Lakers playing basketball as an organization? Let me know where you guys are at. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the trade targets here. I think number one, you got to look at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, who made a powerhouse with the Golden State Warriors, could also try and make another powerhouse in the same state of California with the Lakers. The reason why Kevin Durant is now supposedly entering this trade conversation is because it doesn't seem like he's happy with the Phoenix Suns. You want to know how I know that? He said, "I'm not happy with the Phoenix Suns." Of course, he's played for the Brooklyn Nets. He played for the Phoenix Suns after leaving the Golden State Warriors when they were trying to go for a three-peat, and he did tore his Achilles in the 2019 NBA Finals. But over the last 4 seasons, Kevin Durant is still putting up those numbers from when he was creating that dynasty with the Golden State Warriors back in 2017, 2018. So over the last 4 seasons, as you guys can see, he's still nearly a 30-point-per-game scorer. He's got about 6 boards a game per season, still shooting in that upper 50s range in field goal percentage, and his three-point percentage is still there. Kevin Durant is still posting the same numbers that he did several years ago when he possibly was still in his prime, which is why I do think if you're going to have a couple more years left with LeBron James, you need to get him any resource right now that's going to help the Los Angeles Lakers win. And I think your best shot at winning is with Kevin Durant. Would the Lakers be title contenders if they traded for Kevin Durant? And if I see any no's, I'm going to question so many things in my life. If people really don't think Kevin Durant coming to the Lakers would not help them win a championship immediately, it'd be putting 2 greats on the same team, especially if you were to keep somebody like Anthony Davis. It would just be a powerhouse. So type your Y for yes, type your N for no down below. Very different position here. Switching over to the backcourt, we've got Terry Rozier, who played for the Hornets earlier this season, then got traded to the Miami Heat. Terry Rozier, who unfortunately is not playing in the postseason right now because he is dealing with some injuries, but we did talk to Heat Report by Chat Sports insider Nick Roloff on maybe Terry Rozier could be entering that chopping block as well when it does come to not playing for the Miami Heat here next season. As you guys can see, what he did last year for the Miami Heat is astounding. 19.8 points per game, 5.6 assists, 44.3% from the field, and he's also pretty good from downtown with the Rock, 36.3 three-point percentage. I think Terry Rozier is a great ball handler. I think he could really emphasize that backcourt if the Lakers were to go on ahead and give away D'Angelo Russell. I think Terry Rozier can immediately step up, be your starting point guard. I think he could provide a lot of assets when it comes to handling the backcourt duties here for the Los Angeles Lakers. But with that being said, we do still have 3 more top trade targets that we do want the Lakers to at least consider acquiring in this offseason. So before we get into that, I have got to tell you guys about PrizePicks. There's a reason why it's #1 daily fantasy sports app in America and in my phone. I play PrizePicks every single game day, especially during the NBA postseason. That is my bread and butter, and PrizePicks is helping me out too. Whenever I've been going to make my PrizePicks early in the morning, and you guys can too, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. I've really been leaning more towards the side of only picking about 2 or 3 players. You can pick maximum of 6 players, but I've been going 2 or 3 because I found that is really my niche, but that's just me. And the way that I play, I'm always picking more. So once again, I may play a specific way, but that's the beauty of PrizePicks. You can play any way that seeks you. All you guys have to do is pick more or less on a player's projected stats, and right now, they are giving a discounted for players, for teams who are really really pushing that relegation line. So 17.5 points is a discounted projected price for James Harden. And then what I really loved is that if you pick a star player, which is Jason Tatum right there in that star, if you do happen to win this century, well, they're going to increase your payout by 10% per star player that you have. So why would you not pick a star player? Plus, with Kristaps Porzingis out, I'm really looking at Jason Tatum right now to have more than 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. If you don't like my PrizePicks, that's all good. I will not be offended. You can go ahead and make your own. Go to PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and projected stat types. That's why I play PrizePicks, and that's why you guys should too. Pick more, pick less. It is truly that easy to watch yourself win some real money in real time. Another top trade target this offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers should be somebody like Brandon Ingram. Of course, the Pelicans did just recently get swept by the OKC Thunder in the first round of the NBA playoffs. And I do think a lot of Pelicans front office is more so looking at how can we rebuild the Pelicans around Zion, which means Brandon Ingram may not fit in on that equation. No disrespect to Brandon Ingram's play. They're just probably looking at a different path right now for that organization because I do think Ingram can make an immediate impact for the Los Angeles Lakers. Upwards of a 20-point-per-game player, 5.1 boards, 49% from the field, which obviously can get a little bit higher the more he finds a rhythm with the Lakers offense. And then 36% here from the three-point line. I'm not going to complain about Brandon Ingram throwing it down from the three-point line, but I think Ingram can immediately come in, make a splash with King James in his last couple of years here, especially if they do make a couple of roster moves. If you keep some players that have been on that roster this year, I think Brandon Ingram could fit in really nicely. But I'm also going to look at another superstar that has been on the chopping block for a while. It's going to be Donovan Mitchell with Cleveland. Cleveland, who is fighting for a chance at the second round of the NBA postseason. Right now, with the Orlando Magic, Donovan Mitchell, Spida, obviously he's going to elevate the backcourt immediately for the Lakers with what he brings with his ball handling, with his scoring, with his court IQ. I think that he would elevate LeBron James's play here as well, with how he dishes out his passes, with how he sees that court vision. I think he would be an immediate asset here for the Lakers. 26.6 points per game, nearly 7 assists per game as well, 46% from the field and 37% here from the three-point line. The only thing that kind of worries me here about Donovan Mitchell, like a lot of other players in the NBA, is that he just does deal with some injury. He dealt with injury this last season, which kept him out for a while here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I do think that he can handle the pressure that could come with playing in LA, like a big city. And I do think he could handle the pressure of playing with a superstar like LeBron James. He could handle a lot of the load here for the Lakers' issues on offense and on defense. But those are just 4 trade targets we have talked about here for the Lakers so far. We have one more that I want to bring up. Before we introduce him, I want to go on ahead and ask, who's the number one guy you want the Lakers to trade for this offseason? There are several who are entering that trade portal, so I want you guys to go on ahead and comment that down below. With that being said, the last player that could emphasize your needs in the backcourt after LeBron James has said maybe D'Angelo Russell is not the guy to get the job done, could Trae Young be the guy to get the job done? We know Trae Young is ice cold, and maybe he could bring some of that to LA. Trae Young just knows how to facilitate on offense. He knows how to run the offense. His court vision is unreal. His basketball IQ is even higher. I think he's just a very shifty guard that can accelerate for the Lakers here right now. Looking over what Trae Young has done the last 4 seasons, 26 points a game, 10, nearly 11 assists this past season, 43% from the field and 37% from downtown. The only unfortunate thing is that he also dealt with injuries that kept him out of majority of these games, only playing 54 games this season for the Atlanta Hawks. He and DeJounte Murray just don't seem to be working very well together in Atlanta, which is why I think he does need to come and have a backcourt of his own with the Los Angeles Lakers. But with that being said, I want you guys to do one last thing for me here. If you like any of these trade targets, go on ahead and let me know why or why not in the comment section below. And while you guys are at it, hit that sub button for me. We're going to post a lot of updates in this offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I don't want you guys to miss a thing. Hit that sub button for me. You won't be sorry.